Hi, living in Boulder, Vlog, October 27th, 2019, Sunday, 6:40 a.m. So, I'm doing video now because I just had my energy drink. I got me a full throttle. And so last time I did a video right after I had my energy drink, I didn't yawn once, so let's see if it worketh this time. I still have the taste of it on my tongue. Like, that's how not long ago it was. So my computer is thinking right now on my Dreamweaver. So, good time for me to do video. I could be over here doing Google Earth. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on two projects at the same time, and it's two really big projects, both sides. And so I really like using one computer for my Dreamweaver, my website, and my other computer on Google Earth for building Rome, because I'm using both computers. I just love using both computers. I've always been, my personality, I've always been a conservationist. Like, I try to just use up everything I have. Like I've always had this fantasy where, like, I'm in some world and this is all I have and this is all we could do, and then I'm making the most out of it. And, like, yeah, so to have two computers and use both of them, I like it. So, and I'm making slow progress, but progress with both. So I'm on Title 16 now still. There's 54 or 53 titles of the U.S. Law Code, number 16. So what am I, almost third of the way there? Title 16 is the biggest one in terms of number of title, but it's turning out to be this biggest one in terms of the computer, overheating the computer. But and I think it's like the third or whatever biggest, or second biggest, I don't know, but in terms of megabyte. But taking a while, but so there's lots of downtime for its thinking, so I get to work on a Google Earth at that time while it's doing that. So so I'm thinking about probably just build the entire link system of the law code, but I could do the entire law code by pasting in the actual text, and if I do that, it'll give me enough time to finish Google Earth Rome. So we'll see. But I'm super fired up about the Google Earth Rome. So let's talk about the progress on Google Earth Rome. I can't remember where I said I was yesterday. I think maybe yesterday I was going to get going on the aqueducts on the inside of Rome. I'm building Rome on Google Earth at full detail level. And the way that I'm building it is I'm building there's 14 different divisions in ancient Rome, the city inside of the wall of Antoninian wall. But then other files, because they're each their own file, but then other ones, one is roads inside Rome, streets inside Rome, and then the other one is roads inside of Italy and the empire. But then the other one is the one I'm working on now, which is Aqueducts of Rome. And that includes the inside of the walls, because when I'm building Rome inside the walls, I didn't build the actual city. I figured I'd build the aqueducts. So I haven't discovered the actual route of Aqua Julia, which goes to the baths of Constantine, I think, or Diocletian, I don't know, but so I'll have to do that later. I think I deleted a couple of the little lines that show, but yeah, I'll just look at the map and I'll put that in. And once I trace all of the paths of all the aqueducts inside the city of Rome, I'm done with the hard part, and then all I have to do is build the actual aqueduct, and it's good to go. But anyway, what I'm doing right now is probably like the most interesting part of Google Earthing Rome. And that's the part of building the aqueduct to the Palatine Hill. Like when people think about the aqueduct, the Roman of aqueducts, they always show that the aqueduct that goes across from the Callan, well, the region's called Calamontium, the hill of the Kylian Hill to the Palatine Hill, and it's part of the aqueduct that still exists. It's between the Colosseum and the Circus Maximus, and it's the highest part of the aqueduct because it goes between the hills. And When you see Rome built, that's the part of that's the aqueduct that you see. It's and it's called Aqueduct Claudia, Claudius, Aqua Claudia, and it's just a break off of Aqua Claudia Major. So on my website, I have that as just breaking off, so it's all inside the city. But that's the well known one, and so what I'm doing now is I'm building it, and I have it built up already on its level, and I'm going to do it level all the way to its destination point, the bath in the swimming pool and the Palatine Hill. And but the interesting thing about the way I'm doing it is I'm doing it really picturesquely, in that it's very it's exactly level. I'm keeping it actually level to the eye, all the way to its destination, all the way across Rome to its destination, as it straddles the two, the Caelian Hill and the Palatine Hill. So it's going to look realistic. And only it's going to utilize the earth, the contours of the actual earth at Rome. So it's going to look realistic. And yesterday I traced actually exactly where it goes to on the pool. I looked at the map of the palace on the Palatine Hill, and I said, because I remember reading somewhere that they were like, and actually when you see it go, and well, of course you see it still in real life. It's right there. It's the part that still exists, but how it ended on the Palatine Hill. So if it ended on the Palatine Hill, what, at a cistern? Yes, at a cistern. I need to. I'll build in cisterns where this is at. But it went to the bath, and so I had the terminus at the bath. I had the terminus at the bath as a waterfall, just going right into the bath, because I figured that then the bath drained out and dispersed the water out, because it was still up on the hill, throughout the rest of the city as other people's washing water, or even bath water. I don't know. So yeah, and put cisterns up there too. And there's actually a bath there at the beginning of it. So, and I had it go right past the garden on top of the Palatine Hill, and it goes past the Vestal Virgin Temple, which I don't know, maybe you could put a pool there now, but anyway, so yeah, I traced its route, and and put a bath up on Palatine, and so yeah, and so I already have the palace, and so one thing I'm curious is I'm building them separately. The aqueduct is a separate file than the palace, because that's the Palatine region and it's its own file. So I'm building it at the same height, because it's starting at the same height as what it was before, which was the same height, I guess, is what I'm going to make the Temple of Vestal Virgin, because that's where I ended it. So I'm going to make it the same height all the way across to its destination point at the, and it goes all the way across the Palatine Hill. And then I'm going to go and bring up what I built at the palace, and I'll see how high it is, and I'll make that, maybe it'll be convenient and work out. I don't know, but it looks like it will. So, and if it's extra high, I'll just make the palace that high, and then I can have 2 levels in the palace. And I'm just really excited to see if it works out, because if it does, it'll look really good when I do a video. It'll look really amazing, realistic work of art. Like, I never saw myself as an artist, but when I'm done with this building of Rome, like, that's like an intricate piece of art when it's all done. Like, super detailed. I never thought of myself as being like that, but I do remember when I was in high school, I studied Latin for 3 years, and every time I looked at the map of Rome, the model of Rome that they had built up, I was always fascinated with it. I was always just like, whoa. Like, I don't know, like, just captivated me, the past and the grandeur of it, and the aqueducts, and and so to think that fast forward, I would be the person who builds it on Google Earth is fitting and interesting. I also always liked puzzles, and this is like a puzzle. So where I'm at right now is, I built it with utmost detail. So I have the water in the middle and then the 2 outer edges. So I built the water all the way to the end, and then I'm on the way with building the outer edges. So I'll do the outer edge right, outer edge left, and then I'll be able to look at it and fit it to the building and see how it is probably tomorrow, But I'm working on Google Earth, Dreamweaver right now on the Law Code 16. We're almost at 10 minutes. So I think I'm done talking. So I'll work for a little bit more and then sleep, I guess. I'm still nocturnalized. All right, talk to you tomorrow.